Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Looney and welcome to the Cannonball Run Challenge. And this is something that I've wanted to do for a while. I was wondering if I could incorporate a movie into one of our challenge videos. So I thought about it and thought, let's do it. So as I've just said, this is going to be called the Cannonball Run Challenge. And the Cannonball Run was one of my favourite films as a kid. Actual fact, I haven't watched it for a long time, funnily enough, but I've always just really enjoyed the film. I said there was two Cannonball Run films, and there was some other spin-off versions as well. But both films, as far as I can remember, they came out. I think the first one came out in 1981, and I think the second one came out in about 1984. And they had an all-star cast. You had Burt Reynolds, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. Was in the first one, and Farrah Fawcett, I think she was called. And I think in the second one you had Matey, I can't remember his name, but Matey from Jaws was in the second one. Jackie Chan, Tony Savalas, I think he was in it as well. Anyway, so the idea of the challenge is to try and show cars that are from the film. As we all know, it was a comedy sort of, a comedy car film. Is basically what it is. So the challenge isn't going to be too hard. I don't actually have many of the cars that were in the film. That would involve going right through my whole collection. So basically, what I'm going to set as the sort of rules to the challenge is try and show some of the cars from the film if you can. But if not, if like me you haven't got the cars from the film, or all of the cars from the film, or some of the cars from the film, you can basically show cars that you think would look good in a Cannonball movie. So basically, show whatever cars you like, but they weren't all sports cars in this film, and as I go through the challenge you'll see what I'm on about. So anyway, so one car that was in the challenge, was in the film, the first film and the second film. I think the first film it was a black Lamborghini Countach LP 400, I believe, and then in the second one they used a red Lamborghini. So that is why I'm showing for my first car this awesome red 25th anniversary Lamborghini Countach from Atomica. So it is a particular favourite piece of mine. I do really like red Lamborghinis. I don't know why. I think it's that whole being a kid in the 80s. These were just awesome cars. So this is going to be my first piece. I'm going to have a little quick look if I can get it open under the bonnet. So there we go. So this is going to be my first piece, is the red Lamborghini Countach. So that's the first piece. And like I said, as anybody that's seen the film, for those that haven't seen the film, basically it's a comedy film where they're racing, I believe, from, I can't remember if it's California to, I'm trying to think where it's to now, where is it they're racing to? Connecticut? I can't remember now. So like I said, I've forgotten. I didn't really do my research for the film, but yeah, basically it was, the idea of the film was they had to race from one place to another, and the first one there got a huge payout basically, and they weren't all racing, high performance cars. There was everything. There was police cars, there was army cars, there was tow trucks. I think in film 2 there was a monster truck. So anyway, so it's not rocket science. So if for those that have seen the film, basically, like I said, just show cars if you've got them, show the cars from the film. But if you haven't got the cars, then just show cars, anything you'd like that you think would look good in a Cannonball movie. So anyway, I've shown my first car. Let's get into the second car. There was a Rolls Royce in the second film. I don't have the same Rolls Royce, but I thought this would do, as I think it's that, I can't remember his name now, that rich Arab guy. I think it was an Arab, I can't remember where he is from now, but he was driving this, And so that's my representation for the Rolls Royce. That the rich, I think it was like a, yeah, he was like a rich person, rich sheikh. So that's that. So that'll be piece number 2. What else was in the movie? I'm trying to think what else was in there. There was a, I think I can only seem to remember film 2 for some reason. In film 2, there was a couple of guys driving a big Cadillac. It wasn't like this. It was similar, but they were driving a Cadillac and it had a monkey driving in the front. Well, it wasn't really. It looked like the monkey was driving, but it was actually the people were driving from in the back of the car. So I thought this would do. This Auto World Cadillac Coupe de Ville, I think it is. I think it's a Coupe de Ville. Is it a 76 Coupe de Ville? Can't remember. Anyway, I thought this Coupe de Ville, Cadillac Coupe de Ville, would do, as it was similar. Like I said, it was a more stretched out, and obviously it was slightly different, but I thought this would do for that. So this is pretty cool from Auto World. So that's piece number 3. And then there was a scene, again I'm referring to number 2, there was a scene where they managed to kidnap, or not kidnap, the girls managed to get this bloke to let them borrow their tow truck, because they kept taking cars off of people and tricking people into taking their cars, and using their looks to trick young men into letting them take their cars, and then they would break down and then they would call another tow truck in, and I know in the end they ended up using the tow truck to use in the race. So I thought this would be pretty cool. This little Ford F100 pickup from Greenlight would do to replicate the tow truck. So that is pretty cool. And then, as I said earlier, there was a monster truck, again referring back to number 2. There was, and it was this. It was the Bigfoot monster truck. I can't remember if it had these wheels or if it had, I think it had slightly larger wheels in it, if I remember rightly, because this is the original Bigfoot with the original wheels before Bigfoot went really big. But this is obviously the Greenlight version of the first Bigfoot. And I think this was based on the Ford F250, I think. I can't remember now, so let me give a little look. Quick look. Can't remember. Don't know, can't tell. I'm sure this is an F250. But anyway, very cool anyway, very nicely done from Greenlight. So that is the original Bigfoot. And like I said, that was in number 2. And I believe it drove over that Porsche as well. So that is pretty cool. That's piece number 5. There was also quite a few different police cars in it. So I've got quite a few police cars in my collection, but any excuse to get this one out. This one's actually from the Blues Brothers movie. Got Chicago Police, but it's from Greenlight. But I just really like this piece for some reason. I think it's a Dodge Monaco, if I remember rightly. But very cool. Got some fingerprints there. So I thought this would do as the police car. We'll take a little look at the engine. I believe this was a 440 they used to put in these. So we can get a bit of the engine detail. You've got that twin snorkel on the air filters. Not that you can see it. There you go. So that is going to represent the police car that was in there, or the police cars. What else can we show? There was a black Porsche 911 in there. I think it was a black Porsche 911, but I thought this would do for the Porsche 911. So this is from Corgi, and it's obviously, I've shown it before, is the Tony the Tiger Striped one that from the cereal packets. But I have shown this before, so I thought that'd do for the black Porsche. And then what else was in that film? I think there was I'm sure there was a Ferrari 308 GTS. I think it was a 308. I can't remember now. So this is the only 308 that I have, which again is from Corgi. It's not in too bad a condition. It's a little bit dirty, but this is one I got a while ago, and I forgot I had it, to be perfectly honest. But I thought that would play the part of the Ferrari. And then the next car I'm going to show is this. It is this AMX. This wasn't in the film. I just thought I'd put it in there as I thought it would look like it was from the film. Like I said, you don't have to show the cars from the film. If you've got them, brilliant. But like I said, just show cars that you think would look good in the movie. So I thought this would look awesome. It is from Johnny Lightning, and it is an AMC AMX. So we can get a bit of plate detail. There you go, AMX. It's got the 390 cubic inch V8 in it. And let's take a little look at the engine if we can. So pretty cool. And then here again, this wasn't in it, but I thought this would look good in that type of movie. So this is obviously Atomica Premium Ferrari F40 in this awesome metallic blue. So very, very cool piece. Has the high back red bucket seats, as you can see. And obviously this lifts up to reveal the V8 twin turbo engine. And the back end's done quite nice on this. As I said, this would be something that would be at home in this type of movie. So that is pretty cool. And then we got this Z28 Camaro. And I thought I'd use this. I haven't shown this. I think I've shown this once before. It's a dinky toy. But I thought, why not? Let's show this a little look under the bonnet. It's quite a plain casting. If I can get the bonnet to open, can I? Can I not? Yeah, you can't see a great deal. But like I said, it is quite a plain casting. Got a bit of suspension. But I thought, why not show that? So that is pretty cool. And then the last piece I'm going to show. Again, this wasn't in, I don't believe it was in the movies. I can't remember now. Like I said, even though the film's one of my favourite films of my childhood, I can remember the second one better for some reason. But I thought I would get the Ferrari Testa. Well, it's actually not. It's the 512 TR from Atomica Limited Vintage. So, which is an awesome piece. So this has obviously metal base, real rubber tyres, very nicely done. It is 1/64 scale and has this awesome under the bonnet detail with a flat 12 with the iconic back. Anyway, so like I said, have a go, don't have a go. If you haven't seen the film, I apologise because it might just sound like a load of old gobbledygook, but I'm sure most of us have seen the films. I expect most of you out there will remember the films better than I did. Hopefully you'll have some of the cars, like I said. But if you haven't got any of the cars, just show cars that you think would look good in a chase film movie. Basically that's what it is. So you can use anything, police cars, Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Cadillacs, anything, because they used all sorts. And with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.